For number 1, it asks to find the height of a farmer's silo, and we are on ground level, so it says from a point of 47.3 meters from the base of the silo, you must look up at an angle of 53 degrees to see the top of the silo. How high is the tower? So I set it up like this. X represents the height. The distance is 47.3. And the angle it created was 53. To find x, which is the height, we had to do tangent of 53 equals x over 47.3. Multiply by 47.3 on each side. Cancel. 47.3 tangent of 53 equals x. And then this, once entered into the calculator, it comes out to be 62.769 equals x. And that is your height. The final answer. That is the height of the silo. Alright. For number 2. Number 2 asks, your cat is trapped on a tree branch 6.5 meters above the ground. Okay, so 6.5 meters above the ground. Find a ladder that is only 6.7 meters long, so the ladder would be facing this way. 6.7. And you're trying to find the angle at which the ladder will make with the ground in order for the ladder to touch the branch. So we're trying to find the angle, so theta. And this would set up to be sine of theta equals 6.5 over 6.7. And when you're trying to find angles, you have to do sine of -1 equals 6.5 over 6.7. And when you enter this into the calculator, it comes out to be theta equals 75.965. And that is the angle, which is the answer. Alright. So for number 3 has 2 parts to it. It says a 10,000 foot high dormant volcano on Maui, Hawaii. The peak is a horizontal distance of only 30,000 feet from the ocean. So part A, at what angle would you have to look up to see the peak if you were standing on the beach? So first off, we have to set up the triangle, right triangle. I did it like this. So it'd be 10,000 feet high. The distance from the beach to the mount or the volcano would be 30,000. And then we're trying to find this angle right here for question A. So to find this angle, we do tangent of theta equals 1 over 3. Because essentially 10,000 over 30,000 is 1 over 3. When simplified. So we have to do tangent of -1 of times 1/3. And that comes out to equal 18.435 degrees. And that is the answer to A. That is the answer to the angle. That's the angle. And then question B, part B, asks what is the straight line distance from the beach to the peak? So B is asking for this right here, the hypotenuse, the straight line distance. In order to find the hypotenuse, we have to do 10,000 squared plus 30,000 squared equals c squared. Because a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And once this, and that comes out to equal c equals 31,622. 0.777 feet. Essentially, we just took that squared plus this squared, and then whatever that number was, we took the square root of that to equal c, and that was this, and that came out to be this. So there's the answer to B, and there's the answer to A. On to the next one. Question 4. An observer 5.2 kilometers from a launch pad observes a missile ascending. At a particular time, the angle of elevation is 34 degrees. So this one also has two parts. Question A asks, how high is the missile? So first of all, we have to set up the triangle. This right here would be 5.2, the kilometers away. And then the angle of elevation would be down here at 34 degrees. And then we're trying to find, there's that theta. So we take, this would be x, which is what we're trying to find. Wait. So tangent of 34. My bad, actually. That would be, this would be x. Tangent of 34 equals x over 5.2. Alright, we multiply both sides by 5.2. Let's multiply 5.2 tangent 34 equals, and that was 3.507 kilometers. And that is the answer to A. The height, that's the height of the missile. Question B asks, how far is the missile? Alright, so in order to find how far the missile is, we now know that this is 3.507, so we're trying to find this now, the hypotenuse, that label that h. So we take 3.507 squared plus 5.2 squared equals c squared. That comes out to equal c squared equals 1 second. That equals 39.339. And then you have to take the square root of that, because that is still in the square. So it becomes C equals 6.272 kilometers. And that's your final answer. For that would be how far the missile is from the observer. So this is the answer to A, this is the answer to B. Alright. On to the last question, number 5. A team is building a zipline through the skyline of Atlanta. The team must use 125 feet of steel cable for the zipline, and have been told the maximum angle of decline can only be 42 degrees. What is the minimum distance the two buildings can be apart? Alright. So, in order to find this one, Alright, so we set up the triangle like this. 42 degrees would be the angle of decline. This would be 125 for the feet of cable. That's 125 right here. Alright, and then from building to building, so one building on this side and one building on this side, we have to find so we set it up as we're trying to find we're trying to find this right here. So it'd be cosine of 42 equals x over 125. Multiply both sides by 125. Cancels out. Cancels out. Then this right here comes out to equal 92.8. Make sure my math is correct. Calculate this one more time. And that would be 92.8914 as your final answer. And that is the maximum distance that two buildings can be apart. So if you had a building on this side and a building on this side, this is the maximum distance. 92.89. And this is the wire it connects it, angle of decline, maximum distance, and that is your final answer. And that is the end of this lesson.